Guys, it's your girl, Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, where we teach you how to start at the top of the speaking market instead of working your way up from the bottom. During this show, you will hear solo episodes from me, where I'll show you how I have landed and negotiated 5- and 6-figure speaking contracts and licensing deals. You'll also hear from our amazing guests who have grown enormous speaking businesses by utilizing sales and marketing principles that work. If you want to grow your speaking business, listen to this podcast, and then afterwards, head on over to ashleynicolekirkwood.shop and grab my book, Speak Your Way to Cash, How to Start at the Top of the Speaking Market Instead of Working Your Way Up from the Bottom. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Hey, y'all. What's up to the Speak Your Way to Cash family? It's Ashley Kirkwood back again with another podcast episode. But this time, guys, I am actually going to let you listen in to a live video that I recorded. Now, if you're listening to this live video on the podcast and you're like, I want to join your next live, I want to ask you questions, I want to be able to get feedback about my business, then you have to follow me on Instagram at the Ashley Nicole Show, and make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page. All right. Make sure you're following the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook page, because that's where I go live. I also sometimes go live in the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group, but enough about that. Even though you may have missed it live, you're about to hear it again. So listen into this live episode and let me know what you think. You can always send me an email to ashley@speakyourwaytocash.com. Let's listen in. How do you create demand for your services? How do you create demand for your services, even if you are just starting out? And if you are a speaker, thought leader, expert, entrepreneur, or anyone else looking to package up your expertise and get paid to do so, then you are in the right place. My name is Ashley Nicole Kirkwood. I'm the founder of Speak Your Way to Cash. I am also the person who will be running the Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge along with the Speak Your Way to Cash team soon, where we will be doing 3 days of pitching live. I'm thrilled, literally thrilled about this, because I know that pitching, you're always only one pitch away, one email away, one yes away from your life being drastically and radically changed. And because some of y'all may not know who I am. So let me back up. Not only am I a speaking coach and speaker, keynote presenter to corporations and colleges all around the country, I'm also a trained IP attorney. And I've been practicing IP law under the Mobile General Counsel law firm for several years. And one thing I know as a master negotiator, as someone who negotiates deals, who gets deals done, who closes deals, negotiate deals, helps drafts the contracts for big deals, without demand, you never get the best deal. Okay? If you know that without demand, you rarely get the best deal, drop a yes in the comments. Drop a yes in the comments. If you know that absent demand, you are not getting the best deal, I want you to drop a yes in the comments. Drop a yes in the comments, because this is critical. Whenever you go into a position, whenever you go into an opportunity and you have the negotiation period, it's you and it's the client, and you're negotiating that particular deal, you need demand. Demand is what tells the marketplace what they will pay you. And here's the thing. There's 2 types of demands. Let's be real here. There is actual demand, and then there is perceived demand. There is actual demand, and there's perceived demand. Actual demand means I couldn't do it even if I wanted to, because I'm just too booked. I'm too busy. It's not going to work. And then perceived demand may be that when people see your brand, when they look at who you are, when they look at how you present, when they evaluate how you communicate, they are 100% like, let me come out of pocket, because there is a perception that you are in demand in the marketplace, whether you are or aren't. We all know there's what's happening and what looks like it's happening. And regardless of whether you're a new speaker, you're an experienced speaker, you need to have demand, either or, actual or perceived. But you cannot be someone who is always available. If you want to get the best deal in the marketplace, it just can't happen. It cannot happen. So how do you build demand, even if you're just starting out? How do you ensure that when you show up, you are taken seriously? And how do you make sure that you have leverage? So number one, you want to be, we're going to go through 3 just to keep it organized, because y'all know how I can go. And if you have any questions and you're watching this live, you're not listening to this on the podcast, then make sure you drop them in the Instagram question box, and I will go ahead to get to that. But if you're listening on the podcast and you have a question, you all know how we do Speak Your Way to Cash, fam. Feel free to email me at hello@ashleynicolekirkwood.com, and we will try to get your question in on the next episode. So number 1, demand. Diversified revenue streams. Diversified revenue streams. You want to make sure that all your eggs are not in one basket. Okay? We have corporate clients. We have consumer clients. And within corporations, we have college clients. We have corporate clients. But we serve them similarly so that we aren't spread too thin. So that looks like I can do the currency of confidence at an organization or an association as a keynote, and I can do it at a college. I can do the love method of communication presentation to a corporation and to a college. It's slightly positioned differently, but those frameworks work well in either market. So there's some diversity there. And the reason why that's critical is because different organization types pay on different pay schedules. So I don't want to go too deep, give y'all too much, but different. If you're working with the government, they have one way that they pay. You're working with a state-funded college, they have one way typically that they will pay you, a time frame under which they'll pay you. If you're working with a small private college, they have another way that they could pay you. A large organization, Fortune 50 organization, may have a longer pay cycle than an organization where somebody can just whip out their credit card and pay you right away. So the reason you want to be somewhat diversified, sometimes even within the B2B clients that you service, is because of the pay schedules. Right? And you never want to be out here desperate. You never want to be out here desperate. And desperation literally tanks deals. If you can't walk away from the deal, you cannot negotiate the absolute best terms for your business. All right? If that makes sense, just drop a make sense in the comments. So 1, you want to be diversified. Then 2, you want to present like an authority. Okay? You want to present like an authority. You do not want to show up like, hello, my name is Mary. I'm just grateful to be in the room. Thank you for my seat at the table. I'll take whatever seat you got. Like, you want to present as an authority. And the way that you present as an authority is you show up, you speak with confidence, you know the foundation upon which the things you say is based. Like, there's some foundational knowledge upon which you're basing your assertions. That is how you show up as an authority. And you leverage your experience. And this is why where's my book? I'm gonna leave that one up there. This is why in this book, we talk about getting press. This is why in this book, we talk about getting press and choosing your expertise. If you do not have the Speak Your Way to Cash book, you need to get it because it's ice cold. All right. Is that a Chicago thing? It's cold? I don't know. But you need to get the book because it talks about how you can present as an authority. And press helps you to present as an authority. For those of you listening to this, that clicking is me clicking on the hardcover of the book. I love hardcover books. So you want to show up as an authority. So many of you are excellent. You're brilliant. You're capable. And I know you are because you're in the Speak Your Way to Cash fam. And, you know, we bougie over here. We brilliant over here. We're excellent over here. We're exceptional over here. So if you're over here, that is who you are. Your experience or your education positions you as an expert. The only thing that can prevent you from showing up as an authority is the way you discuss your expertise. So if someone has a question about confidence or developing confidence or working on their mindset, and the way I talk about how they can do that is like, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a study somewhere that says something about it. That's not positioning yourself as an authority. You want to show up and have the reason you're a thought leader is because you have thoughts that people can't just Google about topics that people genuinely care about. So it's not just about you've learned a lot of things. It's that you've consumed information and you have an opinion on the information that you've consumed. So yes, do your research, know what the prevailing articles are, know who else in your industry has thoughts on your particular topic, but don't be afraid to take an opinion that the general public does not have. An example of this would be me in the speaking coaching space. There are so many speaking coaches in the world, right? And they all have their own style and they all believe their own things, and that's fine. I knew coming into the marketplace, I wasn't trying to play in the masses. It was like, look, I teach people how to start at the top of the speaking market instead of working their way up from the bottom. I'm not going to tell you to do 1,000 free speeches first. I'm not going to tell you to hustle around and pay your imaginary dues by speaking for free for organizations all across America. There are speaking coaches that believe that. Most of the coaches that I have found that believe that, it's because they've done that. There's actually studies out there that show whatever you have, whatever you do, you have a bias or an affinity towards that path because it's the path that you took, which is true for me too, right? Like, but for me, it's a little different because I tried the whole like speaking for free, all these places, hoping it would pan out into something greater instead of standing on top of my expertise. So as a speaking coach, I'm a little bit different because I'm like, look, start at the top. Set your rate based on the education and experience you have, based on the transformation you can provide for your client. It's not about how long you've been speaking. It's about how long you've been cultivating that education and expertise. Different lens, right? Different lens. And it's contrarian. Even if you look at some of the people I interview on my podcast, they may be like, no, Ashley, tell them to speak for free forever. And then they pay their dues just like me. It's not necessary. Simply not. It's simply not. Can I be honest with y'all tonight? And can I be honest with y'all about something? Let me tell y'all something. Come close. Come close, y'all. Come close. Let me get myself together. Because I'm going to drop this on y'all. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Your mindset will take you further than mastery ever will. But if you operate in integrity, mastery is your goal too. But your mindset will take you further than mastery ever will. Here's what I mean by that. If you don't think you can do it, you can't. If you don't believe in what you're selling, you won't sell it. But it's not whether or not you're great. That's almost not even the point. Because if you don't believe that you're great, if you don't believe that what you offer will provide a transformation, you won't even offer it to people. So it doesn't even matter if you're good or not. If you don't have the mindset that like, you know what, not only am I great at this, but I'm so great at my underlying skill set that I have to learn how to be a marketing and sales beast. Not because I want to. It's not even about what you want. It's because I believe so much in what I'm doing that I want everyone in the world to get hold to it. Like, let me deal with this mindset piece. Can we go there? If y'all cool with me going there for like a little brief detour, because I want to speak to your souls on this. Your mindset will take you further. A good mindset will take you further than mastery of skill. Mastery of skill is not even what you're struggling with. You're struggling with how you think about the mastery of the skill. So you're not even struggling with pitching. You're struggling with how you think about whether or not pitching will work. You ain't even got to pitching. You can't get past the fact that you don't think it'll work. So because you don't even believe it'll work, you never even get to skill mastery. Because not only is it a requirement for you to believe that the skill will work, not only is it a requirement for you to believe that the skill that you're cultivating will work, it's a requirement for you to believe that that skill has value and will work regardless of whether you see results. So I didn't become amazing at pitching because I did it once, it worked. No, I became amazing at pitching because I was rejected thousands of times. Okay? If you're on Instagram, tag all your friends in the live we about to go to. Tag them all in the live. You do not become great because you study a thing in a silo. You become great because you do it so many times wrong that you understand the concept of how to do it right. And coaching can shorten the length of time between you seeing results and not. But the truth of the matter is your coach cannot out-coach a bad mindset. There are some people that are intent on holding on tightly to their bad mindset. Okay. And you want to know why? You want to know why? I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all why, because I've been there. I remember in college, in high school. I mean, it probably goes back further than that, but in high school, I struggled, you guys. I struggled with doing well on tests. Struggled. And the root of the struggle was that I wasn't putting in enough time to study. I thought it should have come easier to me. And so if it didn't come easy, I wouldn't put in the time to really understand the material. So for years, I went through high school thinking, let's be honest. I went through high school thinking I wasn't smart. Okay. I went through high school thinking, darn, I'm not smart, but I'm charismatic. So because of that belief system, you're not academically gifted, but you're charismatic. I spent so much of my time and my energy on really honing what I was good at. I basically ignored whatever didn't come easily to me, and I just got exceptional at what I was good at. Now, lucky for y'all, okay? Lucky for y'all in the Speak Your Way to Cash fam, what I was naturally good at was speaking. So I won national speech championships, national debate championships since I was in high school. I started speaking on panels and in front of audiences. And in college, I spoke in front of an audience of more than probably 4,000 people. So I honed the things that I was great at, but it was all because of a belief system that I'm not smart, but I'm charismatic and I'm a good speaker. I'm not academically gifted. I can't get good grades. Like that was literally the thought that I would tell myself. So, and here's why I held on to that negative belief. And it may seem juvenile, but I'm about to break some of you guys free who are holding on to these negative beliefs. The reason I held on to that false negative belief for so long was because that belief system justified my failures and it made it so that it wasn't my fault. Can we be honest? I don't know about y'all, so I ain't gonna say y'all. I'm gonna say me. I have held on. This is like Bad Belief Systems Anonymous. Okay, bad belief system. Here we go. I, Ashley Kirkwood, held on to negative beliefs because they justified my lack of results in a particular area. Hello. I'm recovering from the BS, the bad belief systems. Okay, I got that from my therapist. But let's be honest. I am a recovering BSer, right? Like I used to be someone who held on to bad beliefs. Bad belief systems. I held on to negative belief systems. Why? Because I was so like, it was like, okay. Well, because of this belief system, which I had just made fact, even though it was not fact at all, because of this negative belief system, that bad belief system justified the fact that I wasn't getting results academically. And because I had a belief system to justify it, well, then it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. What was that song? Okay, so that's what happened. I literally held on to it because it made it so it wasn't my fault. And so many people think, I'm not trying to ride on y'all. I've done it too. In every area of my life where I'm not where I want to be, there is a bad belief system. There is a belief system that does not serve me, that is moving me to inaction. And the reason why we fight tooth and some of y'all be fighting tooth and I was one of them. I've been there, guys. Like I've been there. I have fought tooth and nail for a belief system that didn't serve me, just so that I wouldn't be embarrassed by my lack of results. Ugh. That's what happened. As long as you have belief systems that don't serve you, you can then point to the belief system and say, well, that's why I'm not successful. That's why it's not working out for me. My boss is bad. That's why I can't get a promotion at work. Like literally tag your friends in here that need this information. So that's the thing. You can't show up with authority. You can't show up with power. You can't show up with persistence if you're holding on to belief systems to justify your lack of results. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, guys. Do you want to know how it became easier for me to let go of bad belief systems? Was when I didn't tie my worth to results anyways. Whoop, that's a bar. Because if you don't tie your worth to your results anyways, why you got to hold on to the belief system? Because whether it happens or whether it don't, I'm smart. Whether I get all A's or I get all C's, I'm smart. Whether I make $1 billion or I make $10, I'm wealthy. I've determined that is my identity. You get to determine who you are. And sometimes your determination, you determining who you are, the results sometimes have to catch up with who you've determined you are. And that's okay. Because my worth isn't tied to results. So for everyone who's like, well, I would coach, but I ain't made 7 figures yet. I would do this, but I ain't got this yet. I would. No. Who are you determining you are? Walk in the authority of your determination. It is within your power to determine who you are. And the more you walk in who you are, who you actually are, who you've determined in purpose that you are, your results can catch up to that. Sometimes reality is a little slow, takes a little time, and that's okay. That's okay. Let it catch up. Let it catch up to your results. Let it catch up to your work. That's fine. That's fine. But don't tie your worth to your results. That said, don't be so embarrassed by a result that's beneath your expectation that you're hanging on to belief systems that don't serve you. It ain't everybody else's fault. Okay? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm a little prideful. I did not like admitting I was wrong. I did not love responsibility. I didn't cling to those things. I was someone who didn't pay in college. I ain't pay parking tickets. I was like, man, anyone should be able to park here. How foolish. Can I put a little bit of my dirty laundry out there? Okay. I was out here parking wherever I wanted to park, accumulating parking tickets and walking with the most confidence knowing I shouldn't have been parking there. If any of y'all knew me in college, don't judge me. I'm better now. Thank you, Jesus, save my soul. But I literally would do these things and just be like, ain't my fault. I ain't see the sign. Ignorant, just ignorant, right? And it was not until I made this shift of okay, everything's my fault. I can get results, and not even everything's my fault. I know my people. It's some of y'all well, that was not my fault. This happened to me. I didn't deserve it. It was a tragedy. It was. The only thing you can always control is your response. And as long as I have the ability to control my response, I am not powerless in my own life. So I say everything is my fault so that I don't wake up feeling powerless, pushed over, and in a position where I can't dominate and walk with the authority that God has granted me to walk with on this earth. I have to take accountability because accountability leads to authority. You don't have no authority because you're not accountable. If you want authority, that requires accountability. If you want to lead people, hire team, do different things, have big deals and contracts, they want you to be accountable. They make you sign documents saying that you are who you say you are, saying that you are warranting that you own what you say you own. Authority and accountability go hand in hand. So if you're lacking authority, you're likely lacking accountability and self-awareness. I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like, now I don't know this to be true. If my therapist watched this, don't call me out. But I feel like I'm one of her great clients, okay? Because she'll be like, is it possible that you have a little bit of disdain for a certain? I'd be like, yep, 100% possible. Matter of fact, maybe true. Let's work on it. I'm what you not gonna do. What I'm not going to do is sit up before someone that I paid to help me and act like I got it all together. This what you ain't going to do. Okay. I'm the first. Yep. Probably was me. In my marriage, Chris will tell you, I apologize first 99% of the time, because if I did nothing else, I could have responded differently. I don't always there have been times in my marriage even, and it all, y'all are probably like, she done talked about school, marriage, therapy. Who you are shows up everywhere. You can't say you want to build this humongous business led with integrity and all these great things, when you don't desire and operate in integrity and order in every other area of your life, it shows up everywhere. So I can't, on the one hand, be like, you all got to fix your mindset, stay accountable, do the right things. Then I'm cursing my man out every night. Or I'm not trying to be a better wife to my husband every day, or trying to be a better mother to my daughter every day. I've always told my husband, I'm like, babe, what I don't want to do is be this great inspirational, transformative leader, coach, speaker in the world. And I go home and my man don't like me. My daughter doesn't know me, so it shows up in every area of your life. If you lack accountability, you're going to lack some authority. You're going to lack some authority. If you lack self-awareness, it's always someone else. You're going to lack some authority. And can I tell y'all something else? Ooh, can y'all write this down? I'm going to give y'all 3 seconds to get your pens, because we gotta go here on this one, because it's holding you back from helping the people you're called to help. Okay, I feel like we 3 seconds in that, child. All right, here's the thing. Here's the truth. And if you're just joining, tag your friends, because we about to go there. We're about to go there with them, with the people. I'm gonna go there with y'all, because y'all the Speak Your Way to Cash fam. We family can talk like this. Everybody can't talk like this. Family can talk like this. If you are 100% run by your feelings, you will likely fail. Hard truth, not fun. Had to say it. My prayer for so many years would be like, God, help me not to be a slave to my emotions. Help me not to be a slave to my emotions, because it will literally distract and deter my destiny. And I don't know what you all believe. I don't know what you all believe about why you were placed on this earth, but let me tell you what I believe about why you were placed on this earth. I believe you were placed on this earth to impact other people. I believe that relationships are important. I also believe that if each of us spent some time getting to know our innate gifts and figuring out the best way to get those innate gifts to the world would be a better place. I genuinely believe each and every person walking this earth has purpose. Now, to those of you who feel like you don't know what your purpose is, you don't know what you are to be doing, I want you to decide. It is here. The Speak Your Way to Cash book is now available for you to purchase. Go to Amazon to get your audio, Kindle, or hardcover copy of the book. And we have a paperback copy, okay? So you can get it on Audible and listen to it. And I read it myself. So if you love the podcast, you will love the audiobook. Go get it now. Speak Your Way to Cash, how to start at the top of the speaking market instead of working your way up from the bottom. A bit about the book. It's broken down into 6 parts, and it is over 260 pages of goodness, okay? Part 1 covers mindset. Part 2 covers getting yourself in the press. Part 3 covers assembling your 6-figure offer. Part 4 covers inviting people to work with you, sales. Part 5 covers delivering an outstanding speech. And Part 6 covers legalities that every speaker needs and how to build a team. I mean, literally, what did we leave out? Nothing. So go to Amazon and grab your copy today. And let me know you did it too. Just decide. Now, your life will give you clues. The fact that I've been speaking and winning national championships as an orator since I was literally in my early teens tells me something. The fact that my first on-stage appearance was when I was, I believe, 2 years old tells me something. The fact that in college, I had a budget of over $70,000 to hire speakers tells me something. Then went on to have a budget of over $1 million on the SOAR board to help determine which organizations got which budgets. It all makes sense now that I'm doing Speak Your Way to Cash. But before I was crystal clear on what my purpose was, I would take the next logical step. Here's the thing though. This is just my personal belief system, just to help some of y'all out. Because some people are like, but I don't know what my purpose is. I got to figure out my purpose. I got to figure out the one thing I was put on this planet to do. Can I free you for a little bit? Can I free you just a little bit? It's probably more than one thing. It's probably more than one thing. And you may be caught up because you're trying to figure out this one magical thing. Now, all of us, if you're a believer, you want to bring people to Christ, right? General purpose. And I believe Jamal Miller, I don't know if he still has it, but look him up. He's incredible. He had a Bible study for Christian entrepreneurs where he talked about your purpose and finding it. And he shared some things that I thought were really amazing. So if you can get that, I don't know, holler at him, see if he'll do it for you. But, and he may have something else, so follow him. But one thing I'll say is it's likely not one thing. It's likely not. It's likely not one thing that you're great at. But you can decide. You can decide what you're going to do. You can decide how you want to impact lives. And over the course of doing, clarity will come. Okay? Over the course of doing, clarity will come. Clarity will come. Y'all, I've had so many jobs. Like so many jobs. Like things that I did, and I was like, I don't know why I did that. And why did I do this? And why did I do that? And the more I keep living my life, I am now seeing how masterful God is at paving a way, because I'm like, dang. So I was on the surfboard in college so that I could help speakers a decade later learn to land these collegiate contracts. Okay, man, I did over 20,000 sales calls, was told no 19,000 plus times on the phone so that I could teach resilience to people who are trying to do hard things for the first time. Man, remember I told you I didn't have good grades? Well, guess what? Went to law school, got a 3.89 GPA from Northwestern Law, one of the top 10 law schools in the entire nation. I did that so that I could speak to people and say, if you change your mindset, your results will change. It was never even like, me being a lawyer, it's so funny when people are like, oh, you're a lawyer. That's so great. I used to be so caught up in the lawyer title. It is very possible that the Lord placed me in positions to practice law at some of the largest law firms in the world, to go and win jury trials that were historic. It's possible the guy had me do all these things: practice law, start a law firm, scale the law firm down, help clients, counsel them in other ways, negotiate 6- and 7-figure deals. It's possible that I did all of those things for something that's going to happen a decade from now. If you get too caught up in what you're doing now, you won't even allow yourself to be on this thing called the journey of life. You won't even allow yourself to be on what I like to call the path of purpose. A lot of people think purpose is a destination. I believe it is a path. It is a path. And along this path, I believe this analogy will help you. Okay, thank you. I'm seeing comments like, this is for me. Look, somebody needs this. I can feel it in my bones, okay? It's all in my bones. So here's the thing. There is a path called purpose. Let's take purpose out of being this destination, this one little bitty thing that you're supposed to do, because it's bigger than that. It's way bigger than that. So let's imagine that path is a purpose, all right? And around this purpose path, let me tell y'all how this works. There's a purpose path. And I want you to imagine that me and you are shoulder to shoulder. We're walking on the purpose path. We're walking on the purpose path. And along this purpose path, I want you to imagine this. If you have to close your eyes right now in your home, I want you to imagine that you are on a path. And the name of that road is called purpose. I want you to imagine it's paved black. It got little white lines and it's a curving path. All right. On this path called purpose, I then want you to imagine that there are doors. You don't know where these doors will take you, but they will take you off your path, okay? You want to imagine doors on a path. So y'all with me? Black paved road, white lines, little white lines that are on the street, and all these doors. When you're on the path of purpose, there will always be doors that will take you off your path. And I want to be very clear. It's not if life will happen. It is when life will happen. Life will always happen to everyone. And when you're on a path called purpose, what I have found and what I've experienced, I don't know if it's just me. If it's just me, let me know. But have you all drop a yes in the comments if you've experienced this. What happens is the clearer you get, it sometimes feel like it's also like the fuzzier you get, because as you start to grow, as you start to focus, as you start to hone in on your path, there's all these doors, i.e. distractions, that can take you off the path. But sometimes the doors aren't distractions. Sometimes the doors are open, and the doors are life occurrences and situations. So someone passes away, someone gets sick, you get sick, your health is challenged, you lose your job, your money ain't acting right, You hire employees, they're not doing their jobs. All of a sudden, you working more as an entrepreneur than you ever worked as an employee. Or your spouse starts cutting up. Or maybe they're not cutting up. Maybe let's make it more real because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Can we be honest? Your spouse deals with depression, so they're in a funk. They can't give you the encouragement that you need because they're going through their own stuff. But if you're anything like me, sometimes I get a little emotional. So we take it personal. We're like, well, baby, why you don't want to hang out with me? Why you don't want to talk to me? And it's not even about you. They're going through things. Or you have someone that you look up to, admire, and love. They treat you wrong. So now you done lost a week because you're trying to figure out why they treated you bad. There's always going to be doors when you're on the path called purpose. I believe you can pause. I don't think you should get off. I don't think you should get off. I don't think you should get off because life will always happen. What I do think you should do, and I was reading a book, it was called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Blank Word That I Won't Say. We're a PG show. So maybe PG-13, depending on the day. So here's the thing. In this book, he talks about, a lot of people think about what can go right. Like, man, if I get 50 people at $50,000, that's X amount of millions. But what a lot of people don't think about when they're creating their goals is all the pain they're willing to endure to accomplish the goal. And the way our brains work, if it's emotional pain, it almost registers as physical pain. And there's a way for you you could literally imagine what could go wrong. Like, what will happen if I lost my job? How will I navigate staying on the path of purpose in the event that I lose my job? What happens if my spouse can't support me the way they've been supporting me? How will I stay on the path of purpose when that occurs? What will happen if one of my kids unfortunately fell ill? How will I stay on the path of purpose if that occurs? So you want to think about not just how great it will feel when all of this stuff goes right. This is why manifestation, in my book, gets a bit of a bad rap because people got people out here thinking, not y'all, speaking with a cash pen, we are realistic and ready, right? But some people are literally out here thinking all you got to do is go in the corner and hum a couple of times and imagine all these beautiful things coming to you, and those beautiful things will come to you. The reality, though, is I want you not just to think about how amazing you'll feel when all these great things happen, but how will you deal with disappointment on your path? When your feelings are hurt, if you lose your best friend, if you are backstabbed, if an employee steals from you, how will you stay on your path? And literally, even as I say those things out of my mouth, I feel some kind of way. Like, I'm like, ooh, I don't want that to happen. And I know in the church, we're kind of taught like, only speak what you want. Like my dad's really big on like, only speak the word of God, but that's positive. That's great. The reality is, even when I read the Bible, there are negative things that happen to God's chosen. How did they stay on the path? It's unrealistic for you to believe that on your path called purpose, there will never be a door that can take you off that path. But here's the thing. You go out one of them doors, you may or may not get back to the path. Depending on how long you're gone, roads, detours, and roads change. Like things change. So you want to make sure that you're not just planning for the best, but you're also thinking about how you're going to be resilient. Resilience is a skill that you're only going to learn by going through some things. You're only going to cultivate that reflex by overcoming some things. So how will you stay on that path even when it gets hard, even when it gets tough? What are you going to do even when you're rejected and your feelings are hurt and your ego is hurt? Because that's really what it is. Everybody got a little ego, okay? And no one wants it to be hurt. And I don't love getting rejected, to be clear. But I have been rejected enough, so much, tens of thousands of times, so much so that I know that the more I continue to, like, the yes is always around the corner. Those no's are just clearing the path for the person who's going to give me the yes. I want to get through those no's quickly. I want to learn from each and every one of them. I want to keep my relationship and my integrity intact, but I want to get through those no's that I can get to the yes. Good. It's not for you. Excellent. Who is it for? No's really help you to clarify who you should be serving and how you should approach them. And if you don't allow your ego to take over, what you'll learn is that there's a message in every no. There's a lesson in every no. Right? And so I want to encourage you guys on that point, because so often we believe that it's going to be easier than it is. You will face challenges. You will have to overcome them. And you are more than capable of doing it. More than capable. And be wary of people, coaches, advisors, mentors who tell you it'll all work out. In the end, it will all work out, but who tell you that it will always feel like it's all working out. Let me clarify. Who tell you that it will always feel as though it's working out. And this is why feelings can be deceptive. Get your therapy, get your help, check your belief system. I'm not saying ignore your emotions or ignore how you're feeling, but get a really healthy dose of self-awareness so that your feelings, your temporary feelings, don't cause you to make permanent decisions that are not in alignment with your purpose. Okay? So, how do you create demand? Okay, we went on a little tangent there, but how do you create demand? Number one, you got to make sure that you have diversified revenue streams so that you are not desperate. Desperation tanks deals. Number two, you want to make sure that you are showing up and walking with authority. Number three, you want to create it. You want to create it. And what I mean by that is here's what you can do to create it for number three. You have to communicate your offer in a way that lets your client know that it is not unlimited for any and all times. So you're going to put dates on your proposals. You're going to let them know how long the offer is valid. You're going to communicate to them how many clients you're working with in a given week, quarter, or year. You're going to let them know that a spot has opened versus just saying oh, I'm available anytime, anyway. You're literally going to have to communicate the parameters under which you're working with clients. So I wanted to give you guys that tip, even though I know we went on a bit of a tangent. But here's what I want you to do. If this was good, let me know. Send me a DM, send me a message if you enjoyed it. If you are a speaker, thought leader, expert, entrepreneur, someone who wants to have B2B clients, so you want to work with corporations, you want to work with clients, and you want to do it in a way where you're starting at the top, where you're not wasting your brilliance or your resources on people who don't have your budget, and you want to learn how to start that conversation, how to create demand for yourself by getting clients. If you want to do that and you want me to teach you how to pitch for 3 days live, like this, live, okay? If you want me to do that with you, I'm willing to do it, and I'll do it for free during the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge that's coming up in March 2022. We'll probably have one every quarter, but the next one is coming up in March 2022. So I want you to DM me if you're on Instagram, the word challenge, and I'll send you all the details. Or you can go to www.speakyourwaytocash.com/challenge. All right. And sign up for the 3-day Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. Share it with your friends. Get a buddy. Do it with one of them. It's going to be incredible, phenomenal. The information is always super, super dope. And we have a VIP option if you want to upgrade to VIP. But look, y'all, you already have everything you need to succeed. You have if you work on your mindset and you determine that you're going to be someone who blinks, the power of life, waking up with breath means every day I wake up with breath in my body, there is an urgency to me doing what I'm supposed to do on this earth. My friend asked me the other day, she's like, you get more done in a day than some people do in a year. Look, it's urgent for me to give you guys this information because I don't know. One, I know there is no one else like me on the planet that can give it the way I'm going to give it. That within itself makes it urgent. But two, I feel a burden in a positive way, not like a heavy burden or anything like that, but I genuinely feel that I'm placed on this earth to share this information with you. The purpose of Speak Your Way to Cash is to diversify vendor lists at corporations across America. It's to be a safe place for substantive experts. In a world where everyone's yelling that they know everything and all of that other stuff, and you got a whole lot of people who maybe don't know as much, I want to encourage the introverted, brilliant speakers to share their voice. I want to encourage the extroverted, brilliant expert to learn sales and marketing so that you can help more people. And I want diverse voices to be amplified in a way, and I don't even know if amplified is the best word, because what I really want is for us to go out and create the demand for ourselves instead of waiting for people to recognize who we are. It's hard for some people to recognize your brilliance. That may be why the jobs really struggle with putting you in the right department or promoting you as fast as you need it. So I want you to develop the skills to tell people who you are, to show them who you are, to prove to them that you can help them in a way that also puts money in your pocket, so you're not worried about how to survive yourself while you're helping the world, because a lot of us will do that. A lot of us will do that too, because we care. We care. Thank you so much for saying I love when you allow the flow to flow. I appreciate it. So look, couple things, guys. Join the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. It's going to be dope. It's free. There's no reason not to join. If you're not already on the wait list for Speak Your Way to Cash Live, y'all think this is something. Y'all need to be at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. It is the #1 event on the planet for speakers, thought leaders, experts looking to land 5- and 6-figure corporate speaking contracts using our proprietary paid methodology. You need to be in the room this year. I really want to see you live. I know some people are like, I'm getting a virtual ticket. I get it. We have really strict COVID protocols, and we have 7,500 square feet that we are going to fill. It's going to be like a family reunion of all the substantive experts of the Speak Your Way to Cash fam coming out, chatting, growing our businesses. There's always healing that takes place. Can I just be honest? Last year, so much healing that took place and results that are gained because of the power that's in the room. So I want to invite you to join me at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. Just go to speakyourwaytocash.com/event, www.speakyourwaytocash.com/event. But thank you guys so much for rocking with me tonight. Yeah, so it opens March 1st. All right. And we have limited. Just like, did it open yet, or is it still the wait list? Look, you want to be on that wait list. Okay. We have hundreds of people on the wait list, and we're first releasing 50 in-person seats. That's our first batch. I don't know if we'll expand it. We're watching COVID because we want to make sure that everyone's distanced, but you want to make sure you're on that wait list so you can get an in-person seat. I want to see you in the room. We already booked the DJ, the videographer, the photographer. It's going to be bananas. Like, I'm telling you, if y'all enjoy these lives, just ask somebody who went last year, because everyone I've talked to who went last year, one of our sponsors was saying, everyone I talked to said they're coming back. They are coming back. Okay. Like, and if you haven't been, people from our 3rd event are coming back to our 7th event. They're going to be blown away. But March 1st, be on that. Be ready. March 1st is when those tickets open up. March 1st, 2022. First come, first serve on those. And we're doing some amazing things. Amazing things with the event this year. But I want to also say, before I go, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you all in the Speak Your Way to Cash family. In the midst of everything going on in the world, you've chosen to spend a bit of your day, a bit of your time with me, listening to me, encourage you. And I don't take that time for granted, because I know that time is not money, time is life. I believe that's a Shonda Rhimes quote. Time is not money, time is life. And so you've spent your life with me, and I don't take that for granted. So I want to see you in November. I want to hug your neck. Everybody gonna have a negative COVID test in the building, so don't even worry about it. But I want to see you. I want to connect with you. I want to make sure that that we get to really spend some time together inside of our community, and it's gonna be off the chain. All right. So y'all have a good day. Go be powerful, and remember, one yes can literally change everything. Keep going until you get that yes.
All right, wasn't that interview amazing? If you're anything like me, you have pages full of notes. But here's the thing. Before you head out, I want you to go to facebook.com and join the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group. That is where I am. That's where a ton of other speakers are, a ton of other people who listen to the show. We all congregate there and chat. And it's 100% free. Now, if you're ready to take your speaking career to the next level, I have 2 ways for you to do that. One, you can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com/SYWTC live replay and pick up the live replay. That training is 7 modules, chock full of information. It's crazy. Go over there, read all about it. Or if you want a more personal experience, you already know that you want to be a speaker. You're ready to fully commit, and you want someone to walk you through it and save you tons of time Googling and doing it on your own, then book a VIP day with me. You can go to ashleynicolekirkwood.com, scroll down until you see the VIP day section, and get more information on that there. All right. Thank you guys again for watching. Please do not forget to leave us a review. That is how we keep this train rolling and get some of the best speakers in the world to get on this show. So please, please, please leave a review. shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and Facebook in the Speaker Way to Cash group, Instagram at the Ashley Nicole Show. And I'd be more than happy to chat with you and say hi. All right, y'all have an awesome, awesome day.